Now red wants to start attacking. So in order to attack another person's village or troops, you have to have equal to or greater than the amount of troops in that space. So red has 3, blue has 3 right there. So red's going to move in for 1 action point, and then they're going to attack for 1 action point. Now attacking, you have to spend a steel and lose a Viking from the board. And when you attack another player, this is kind of a cool thing. As a defending player, you don't really get to defend, but your troops don't leave the board. They just go back to your home base. So it's kind of a, as the attacker, there's a deterrent of losing both resources and a Viking from the board when you attack. And as a defender, you just get sent home. So if you're all the way over in the sea somewhere and you got attacked and you got sent home, that might suck, you know, but over here in the A section, it's not so bad. Now, the other thing that happens when somebody attacks somebody else's occupied village is they take control over the village. So blue just lost their shield there, and red places theirs. And they also get the resource and gold amount that's on that tile. So they're going to gain 1 steel and 1 gold. So they moved in, they attacked. That was 2 points of action. They have a lot left they can do. They can't come in here and attack because they have way less troops there. They might want to secure their position on this, and in order to do that, they have to build a rune, and they need 3 wood and 2 food to do that. They're already kind of on their way with food. So they're going to perform 2 transactions. They are going to spend these 2 gold to gain a wood, and they are going to use this steel to gain a wood. Now that was 2 transactions, a movement, and an attack for 4. Unfortunately, they can't build a rune in this turn because it costs 4 action points, which would be 8. So they're just going to kind of hang out. Maybe this guy will move down here. So that's 5, 6, 7. He's going to hang out on the steel spot. Alright, so the round's over. And we drew another Crusader card in A. So roll the 12-sided. That was a 12. That was a 1. So a Crusader shield gets put in spot A1. They're starting to take over a little bit. We gotta get on that. Alright, so blue wants to build ships. They're gonna grab a wood. They're gonna move here, so that's 2 action points. 3. 3. Alright, so they're already on a port space. So they spent 3 action points. And to build a ship costs 3. So they're going to be at 6. And a ship costs 1 gold, 1 food, 1 steel, and 3 wood. They're right at the level there. And they build a ship on their port, and a ship comes with 2 Vikings. So they are amassing quite the army there in the south. And they're at 6 action points, so they get 1 more. See, they don't have any resources. Yeah, they're going to want resources to be able to at least do transactions in the future, so they'll grab a food there. Now red's turn. Red wants to attack some more, but they also want to get ships out on the board. Alright, they wanted to build a rune. So red's going to build a rune for 3 wood, 2 food, 4 action points. So they just built a rune on this village that they occupied. Now this village is forever protected. It cannot be taken over. It cannot be occupied by crusaders. They basically just secured their position there. They built a rune to the gods, and now they can move out of there and do other things. This is also going to score them 5 points at the end of the game for the rune token, and also 3 points for the shield. So they've just secured 8 points there, which is pretty hefty in this game. So that was 4 action points. They're going to go ahead. They're going to attack some more. They have some steel. They're going to go 5, 6, and 7. They don't like blue hanging out on that wood resource too much. So in the next round, they are going to attack blue if blue doesn't move out of there. So we have another event. Harsh Winter. All players lose 1 Viking from the board. Ooh, that is a tough one. So this can be from any space that you want. Red's kind of in a tough position. They have very low troops on the board right now. So they don't want to abandon their spot in the north too far. So they're going to take one from here because they could still attack since they have equal to or greater than the number of troops right there. So they're going to take one away from the board down there. And blue's just going to go ahead and take one away from their home base there. Those guys are just chilling. They're not doing much. Alright, so blue's turn to go. Blue's going to go ahead and start sailing. They want to get over here, start getting some of these riches. So it costs 2 points to move in sea. 2 action points to move in sea. And that also counts for moving off the port. So essentially you're moving off the port into a sea space. That's 2 action points because it's a sea space. So 2 action points. They're going to go 4 action points and 6 action points. And they have 1 more they can do something with. I think they want to eventually recruit. So they're going to gain another food. So that was 7. Now red has a steal. Oh, I forgot to give red an attack token for his first attack. When he attacked this village, he gained this attack token, which is going to give him 2 victory points at the end of the game. So when he attacked this village and built a rune, he essentially secured 10 points. So I'll just put that there. So red's going to attack here for 1 point. They are going to lose the Viking from the board. Sucky. They're going to send blue back to his home base. They spent a steal to the supply, and they gained an attack token. That was 1 action point. Red really needs to recruit now, so he's going to gain 2 steal. So that was 3 action points. He's going to move for 4 action points. 5 action points to gain a food. 6 action points to transact this steal into 2 gold. And he's got 1 action point left. So I think he's going to go ahead. He's going to start moving towards these Crusaders. So that'll be his 7th. On his next turn, he can go ahead and recruit. First player still is not transferred. So the way first player transfers is the last person during a round to raise a Crusader shield and take the Crusader shield in their possession. They also gain first player. So it could be a jockey if multiple people are taking out Crusaders during the round. It could be like, oh, I took out a Crusader, so I get first player. Oh, I took out a Crusader, so I get first player. But by the end of the round, whoever did it last keeps first player. So draw a new event. So we have a B Crusader. B only has 6 spots, so we're going to use a 6-sided die. We got 3. So B3 gains a Crusader shield. We really need to start taking care of these Crusaders. There's 4 out on the board right now. If there's ever 7 at a time, we're going to lose. Alright, so blue's first to go. They're going to start sailing up here so they can take care of these Crusaders. So we've got 2, we've got 4, 6, and then to land on a land space from sea is just 1 point, because again, it's basically land movement. So They land on the land, and they are there in that space. If they ever wanted to get out of that space, they'd have to come back here to this land space and get back on their ship, spend 2 movement points to get out to sea. So that was their 7. They're going to take care of these Crusaders in the next round. Red is going to recruit for a food, a steel, and a gold. And they're going to recruit at their new village. Right there, so they set 2 guys down. Oh wait, no, they have to be at a village if they want to recruit there. So they're going to recruit at their home base. And then these guys are going to move. So that was 3 to recruit, 4, 5. They're going to pick up this guy, 6, and 7. So they're kind of getting ready to come up on these Crusaders here, take them out. Red really needs to get some ships gone so they can start sailing. So the next round, smooth sailing. All ships may free sail 1 space, which is beneficial if you have multiple ships on the board and you're trying to get to a bunch of different places. But right now it's so early in the game that I'm the only one that, or Blue's the only one that has a ship out, so they are gonna they're gonna stay here because they want to take care of these Crusaders. If not, they could free sail out to the sea space, but they don't want to do that. So they're gonna spend 1 point. They need some steel. They're gonna spend 2 points to transact for a steel, and then they're gonna raise the Crusaders. So to raise the Crusaders, they need 4 action points, they need at least 2 Vikings in the space, and they need to expend a steel. So they spend the steel, they have 2 guys there. They don't lose a guy with the Crusaders because the Crusaders don't fight back as hard as villagers do. So what happens is they gain the Crusader shield, which is going to be worth 5 points at the end of the game. They also gain 2 gold, and if they didn't already have first player, they would gain first player. So that was 1 to move, 4 to raise the Crusaders. So they have 2 points left. I think they're going to go ahead and discover this village for that last remaining 2 points. They might as well. They're over here. So remember, discovering a village also doesn't deplete your Vikings, but you need 2 there to do it. So they discovered this village. It's worth a steel and 3 gold if they take it over. Red is going to come in. Oh, they need some steel too. Okay, so that was 1 movement point, 2 movement points, 3 points, 4, and oh, they need 4 action points to take over this Crusader, but they only have 3 left right now, so 3 points left. They're going to, when they were in this space, they were going to go ahead and take 3 wood. Alright, so that's 7 for them.